Good afternoon. Senate President Cheese Escudero denies receiving a draft resolution allegedly seeking to dismiss the impeachment trial against Vice President Sara Duterte. In a message on Wednesday, June 4, Escudero says no resolution seeking to dismiss the trial was filed at the Senate. A copy of an alleged draft of the resolution is supposedly being circulated among lawmakers. The unverified resolution states that the postponement of the reading of the articles of impeachment leaves the current Congress with no sufficient time to fully deliberate and resolve the articles. According to the document, the impeachment trial cannot cross over to the incoming 20th Congress. It also states that the articles of impeachment against Duterte should be deemed de facto dismissed. This is supposedly because the Senate is unable to properly consider the articles of impeachment due to the timing of its transmission from the House of Representatives. Senators Joel Villanueva, J.V. Ejercito, Cynthia Villar, and Deputy Minority Leader Risa Hontiveros say no such document reached their respective offices. For Senate Minority Leader Coco Pimentel, there's a big chance that the alleged draft of the resolution being circulated is not authentic. Pimentel notes how the quotation of the constitutional provision is not accurate. Duterte allies Senator Bongo and Bato de la Rosa are both mum when asked to comment on the existence of the draft resolution. Senator Amy Marcos confirms seeing several versions of a measure seeking to address the questions raised on the pending impeachment case against Duterte. One of these is an alleged draft seeking to declare the de facto dismissal of Duterte's impeachment case. Meanwhile, Senator-elect Ping Lacson says he received a copy of a resolution seeking to dismiss the impeachment trial. Over a radio interview, Lacson says he received a copy of the proposed resolution from someone in the Senate. He points out that the resolution will still be up for debate in the plenary and voted upon before its adoption. The House of Representatives impeached Duterte on February 5. On the same day, the articles of impeachment were transmitted from the House of Representatives to the Senate. However, the upper chamber adjourned its session without tackling the document. The Senate is set to hold the reading of articles of impeachment on June 11. Vice President Sara Duterte comes to the defense of Senate President Cheese Escudero amid criticism over the delay in her impeachment trial before the Senate. Duterte's statement comes after Akbayan Party List Representative Percival Sendanya asked Escudero if he was afraid of the Vice President. Sendanya had questioned why the Senate rescheduled the presentation of articles of impeachment from June 2 to June 11. In a chance interview at The Hague, Netherlands, Duterte believes Escudero is not the type of politician who would be frightened.
Well, sa pagkakilala ko naman kay Senate President Cheese Escudero ay hindi natatakot yon. We do not remember him I do not know him na natatakot na klase na politiko. So, hindi ko lang alam saan nanggagaling yung sinasabi na takot si Senator Cheese Escudero. Hindi ko alam saan galing yan.
For his part, Escudero shrugged off the insinuation that he was afraid of the Vice President. In the same interview, the Vice President questions the possibility of the impeachment trial crossing over to the next Congress.
Well, yan ma'am, kina-question din namin yan. Yung pag-crossover from the 19th to the 20th Congress. Dahil ang composition ng House of yung lawyers ko na lang magsalita, ma'am. Kasi papagalitan na naman ako nila.
Escudero previously said the plenary remains the supreme body that determines the course of proceedings and the direction the impeachment court will take. With senators having conflicting positions on the fate of the impeachment trial, Escudero said it would be put to a vote in the plenary at the right time. Vice President Sara Duterte describes the appointment of Philippine National Police Chief General Nicolas Torre III as too sketchy. In a chance interview at The Hague, Netherlands, the Vice President questions Torre's appointment. She cites the findings from the Senate investigation into the arrest of her father, former President Rodrigo Duterte.
Well, I do not think magiging mas maayos or mas maganda ang ating bansa. Merong recent findings ang Senate o violations of law of this police officer. So bakit mo naman gagawing chief of police? So masyadong sketchy yung decision.
Torre led the arrest of the former president and handed him over to the International Criminal Court in The Hague. The former president faces crimes against humanity charges over his administration's anti-drug campaign. A Senate panel's findings indicated that the new police chief could be held accountable for multiple offenses related to the Duterte patriarch's arrest. Duterte ally Senator Amy Marcos led the probe. In the same interview, Vice President Duterte compares Torre's appointment to the assumption of late 1st District Representative Martin Romualdez to the House speakership. The Vice President believes Romualdez should not have been made head of the chamber due to the allegations of bribery in a U.S. case.
Doon na lang tayo sa pagpili ng Speaker of the House of Representatives. Na noon ko pang sinabi na bakit ka naman pipili ng Speaker of the House of Representatives na implicated in a bribery case on record in a case in the United States. So, yung pa lang kaduda-duda na 'di ba? Parang pag alam mo kaagad na ganun, hindi mo susuportahan yan as Speaker of the House of Representatives.
And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good afternoon.